Okay, coming on in 5, 4, 3, 2. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome you to the semifinal game in the GISA playoffs. And that is going to be between the Mount DeSales Cavaliers, who will be in all blue, as always, and the Westfield Hornets tonight in all white. And Dan Jaskula here with you, along with Fred Hester, my lovely wife Margaret, and David and Nathan are going to do camera tonight. Thomas, we thank you for holding things down, and Freddie, I think we'll be able to pick up the numbers pretty well tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot better than last time we saw Westfield at Windsor Field a few weeks ago. The field here in pretty good shape tonight, considering last week's rain. I'm glad to be able to be here on a night when it's not very cold.
I was going to say, the last time we were here was, what was the name of that show that they got on, Les Miserables? That was about the most miserable game we've had in a while. It was a good game, though.
It was cold.
Yes, that was our junior college effort for the year.
But here tonight, it's only supposed to get down to about 55 degrees, so very pleasant here at game time.
Mount DeSales has won the toss and has elected to receive. The co-captains and all the seniors, of course, were able to take part in it tonight. A slew of them, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 on Mount DeSales, and 7 on Westfield. A big game? Yeah, you better believe it. These two teams have played once before. Back at the beginning of the season, I believe it was the second game of the season, and it was played down at in Perry at Hornet Field. And in that particular game, Mount DeSales had a pretty good go of it, winning 34-7. It was one of those games that here they come, the Westfield Hornets coming through the sign. Oh, that was a pretty tough sign. Yes, you could hear that thing up here. The last game, Mount DeSales really, even 34-7 doesn't tell a whole lot about it. They rushed for 390 yards and 407. Mount DeSales coming in now. And Westfield had a total of 112 yards on the night. So if you go by times past, Westfield knows they've got their work cut out for them. Last week's results, and that's a pretty nice program that they put together.
Oh, yes. Obviously, we can say both these teams won, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's one thing. Mount DeSales, a 47-14 winner over Stratford. Westfield edged Brentwood 31-27. On the other side, Tatnall shut out Southland 34-0. And John Millage edged FPD 16-13. So right now, on the other side of town, Tatnall is entertaining John Millage, and of course Westfield is here against Mount DeSales. It didn't turn out right on that thing, but that's the way it was supposed to. Well, okay.
Well, if Mount DeSales does win tonight, then they would get to host the state championship game right here at Henderson Stadium probably next week.
Next Friday or Saturday. We haven't gotten a final word on it. But, yeah, there would be a championship game here, and the good Lord's willing, we'll be back and doing TV for that particular game. Anyway, the Cavaliers now awaiting the arrival of their coach. I don't know where Coach Slocum went to. You've got a listing of who our officials are, Fred?
Well, the ref tonight's Terry Wingard, umpire David Robertson, head linesman David Kaysen, line judge Bill Peak, back judge Chris O'Dykey, I think that's right, and electric clock operator Rodney Janey. And I think we're now ready for our invocation and our national anthem.
Yes.
National anthem being presented tonight by senior Tricia Stevens.
are ready for some football, as Hank Williams Jr. says. And as Dan Deerdorf says, play the game. We've got some trivia for you tonight. Yes, indeed. Get you some tickets to Zoo Atlanta. And with the weather seemingly having leveled off and actually becoming fairly nice again, it'll be a good time to go up to the zoo. So stick with us. We've got first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter, of course.
Are you going to be easy on them tonight, or are you going to make it rough on them?
I don't know. I think we got some that are going to make them think anyway.
All right.
Yes, we're going to make them a bunch of little thinkers.
Bobby Pope, you're ineligible.
That's right. I don't know. I guess his son would probably know the answer to these two, come to think about it. All right, we are ready with some football, and hope you are too. Mount the Sales Cavaliers and the Westfield Hornets. Tony Wesley back deep. Here's the kickoff. Nice one, high, end over end. Wesley at about the 3 to the 5. He's got a wall in front of him at the 10. Cuts out at the 15. Tries to get outside. Gives a man a shake at the 20, the 25, the 30. Got one man to beat it, the 35 to 40, the 45, and finally brought down at the 50-yard line.
Number 35, Kyle Harold, finally had to bring him down, but not before a tremendous run back by Tony Wesley. Boy, we've called his name a bunch of times this year, and he just keeps on showing us what he can do.
Yeah, he only got half the field that time, though. That was only a 50-yard return. Only? Well, it's 1st and 10, Cavaliers at the Hornets' 47-yard line. That took all of about 12 seconds with the juking and jiving to bring us up to where we're ready for play number 1. Michael Walton at the quarterback takes it. Hands it to Wesley. Off the right side, wide open at the 40, the 35. Cuts out at the 30. He's going to go all the way. No! A last mid tackle at the 2-yard line. Who was that?
Will Sexton, number 17, had the angle on him, had to run hard to get him down right at the 1-yard line, I believe.
A 46-yard pickup on the first play. I had him in the end zone. I'm sorry.
Well, he sure looked like he was headed that way. Nobody in front of him anyway, but Will Sexton got the angle on him and was able to get him down right at the last-minute desperation, reach out with the arm and trip him up.
What a first play from scrimmage. Going with a power eye now, Edward Kendrick lines up alongside Carl Parazola. Wesley at the tailback. Here's the snap. Tony Wesley kind of just walked in there, folks, behind the blocks of Parazola and Kendrick.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that, eh? They just made it look like there wasn't anything to it.
Hot knife, cold butter. Jeremy Wisdom also got in there with less than 1 minute elapsed in the game. We'll put them down for a 1-yard touchdown run. 11 minutes and 12 seconds.
And Nick Richardson in for the extra point.
Out of the hold of Michael Walton, the snap, the kick is up, and it looks like it's good. Richardson puts the 7th point up. They come back up the field, and it is Mount the Sales 7 and Westfield nothing. We'll be back with you right after this. Okay, Thomas, do 2, and I know we missed the pregame, so go ahead and do 2 and then queue up a couple of more after that, because I think we'll be able to get all 6 of them in here in the first quarter. Yeah. Well, okay. There is. Believe me, there is. All right. Come on back to me in 3, 2. Well, lightning in a bottle.
Well, Tony Wesley didn't do anything to hurt his average. He came into tonight's game with 148 attempts, and on those attempts getting 1,770 yards this year, 11.9 average. He hasn't hurt that at all tonight.
Not at all. Here's the kickoff. Line drive coming down, bouncing and being picked up at about the 11, the 15, the 20, 25, out to about the 27-yard line. And on the return was Jared Shell, an 11th grader, 165-pounder. Edward Kendrick on the tackle. 1st and 10 Westfield at about their 27. Well, I'll tell you what. It's when my Brother-in-law Mike was asking about Edward Kendrick. He says, what college is he going to go to? As anyone he wants to.
Yeah, he's a great-looking prospect.
Exactly. Kendrick, Ben Hubbard, Donovan Davis, and on the far side, Kerry McLaurin are the front four. 1st and 10, Trevor Jones takes the snap. First man through, a handoff, and it's the fullback. Might have got a yard. And I did not catch his number. I apologize.
Have to catch it as he comes up off the bottom of the pile.
Let's hope he does.
That's number 33. Yeah, Jerry Horton.
Okay.
He's a senior fullback, weighing in at 175 pounds. He hit that defensive line that time, though not much there.
Now, Trevor Jones looked like he wanted to hand off, and then there was a hesitation. Coming out in a double wing setup, putting the man in motion. Here's the snap, an inside handoff. It's Wilder with the ball at the 35 to 40. The 45, Michael Walton's got him at about the 47-yard line, but a good pickup. 24 yards on the play for Trey Wilder. That's a play that Warner Robins High School made famous, that inside reverse coming off of the wing.
Trey Wilder came into tonight's action with 105 rushing attempts on the year, 949 yards, a 9-yard per attempt average.
Got 24, almost tripled it up on that one. Out wide to the right comes Gary Verdon, number 15. Swap a couple of people around. Here's the snap. He wants to throw a pass. Throws one. Incomplete. And almost intercepted. Intended for Wilder. Parazola on the coverage. And Mark Sams had it go right over his left ear.
Trevor Jones leads the state in passing, at least among the final four. We'll say he leads the state. 58 completions in 111 attempts, completing 52%.
Parker goes out wide to the left on this play. Second down, snap, inside handoff, and that time...
Not that time.
No.
Number 54, Donovan Davis, wraps him up.
Jared Shell on the carry.
Jeremy Wisdom in there.
The loss of about 2, going to be 3rd down and 12.
A little how they smelled that one out that time, did the Mount DeSales Cavalier defense.
Something looked familiar there. 9 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Cavaliers out in front, 7-0. Britton Lockhart comes out wide to the left here to cover Gary Verdon. On 3rd and 12. Snap, handoff. It's Wilder trying to get around the end, and he's hit and dropped. Great tackle back there by David Burnt. Well, that'll ruin your average. Loss of 6.
David Burnt quickly into the backfield that time. Didn't seem like anyone chucked him or hit him along the line of scrimmage. He was just clean into the backfield. Big 6'3", 190-pound senior. Brings up a punting situation for the Hornets.
And back to punt, Daniel Weir. Back deep, Michael Walton and Mark Sams. Good snap. Gets it away. A little wobbly. Going to bounce and come back upfield. Everybody gets away from it. And it bounces dead at the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mount DeSales Cavaliers at their own 31-yard line. We'll be back with you right after this 30-second timeout. Okay, that was good. Give him a couple seconds, and now come on back to me in 3, 2. 1st and 10, Mount DeSales, their own 31-yard line. Westfield did pick up 1 first down on their first play from scrimmage. Sam's out wide to the left. Britton Lockhart at the center, up over the ball. Snap, Walton, handoff, Franklin Mack. Sees a bunch of white shirts, and that's it. Wow. All sorts of guys out there for the Hornets. Looked like Will Sexton, number 17, the sophomore DB, got in there, dropped him for a yard loss. Sams comes out. Luke Knight comes in. Well, that's about the first thing that's gone wrong for Mount DeSales.
Well, Franklin Mack's had a good year this year. He's played mostly basically as a blocking back in many cases, also as a wide receiver.
And he's out wide to the left this time. Michael Walton hands it off. Tony Wesley hits the line and gets for maybe 5 yards. We'll see where they finally set him down at about the 36. So give him 6 yards on the play. Ron Marshall, defensive end, 190-pounder, junior for the Hornets. Brings up third down and about 5 yards to go. 7:20 left to go in the first quarter.
Well, speaking of the backs this year, the Cavaliers really had a good triumph right there with Perazola and Franklin Mack and Tony Wesley. They've really done a good job. Gotten them this far.
Excellent trio. Handoff. Wesley hits the side, and it looks like he's got the first down. Good tackle. Who was that?
Good second effort. Number 44, Burke Murph, is the one who made the tackle. But Tony Wesley bounced off of him and made that extra yard and a half he needed to get the first down.
Pickup of 7 on the play. 1st and 10 for DeSales. I'll tell you what, if Mr. Murph does not grab a hold of him, there's 6 more points on the board in a hurry. They had nobody out there. Everybody else had cleaned out of that area, and that must be the way they were looking for it. Ben Nash, the giant defensive tackle for Westfield, shifts over. Perazola in motion, takes the snap, fake pitch. Walton going back. He has a man wide open. He's got Franklin Mack at the 50, the 45 to 40, the 35. Kendrick springs him at the 20, the 15, at the 10. He tears away and he's in. Touchdown, Franklin Mack. 57 yards.
No flags. All right. That time, Franklin Mack made that last 20 yards on his own. He had to break a tackle to do it.
Tremendous effort, especially at the 10-yard line where he shook off a tackler. I think he wanted the 6 points. I really do. 13-0. More lightning in a bottle.
Tell you what, they grind it up in big plays like that.
Big chunks. Richardson with the point after, blocked.
Good job that time. Block made by number 87. That was Alva Davis.
He looks like a big guy, too.
Yep.
Well, they come back up the field, though. It is Mount DeSales 13, Westfield nothing, and we'll be back with you in 30 seconds. Told you we'd get all of them in.
I told him it'd take 4 plays. This time it took 3.
3.
Oh, well, it's going to be that kind of game, huh?
Woof. Yes, that's it. All right, come on back to me in 3, 2. All right, here's your first trivia question. Hope you're out there and listening. 746-6464 is our number. 912 is the area code if you're somewhere up in the Chattanooga area watching this. All right, first correct answer gets a couple of tickets to Zoo Atlanta. Name the last AFC team to win the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Well, I can give him a hint.
Okay.
It wasn't Buffalo.
That's true. You got Margaret shaking her head. Lockhart's kickoff. Nice one. Going back. Wilder at about the 7. To the 10, the 15, to 20. Trying to get outside. Edward Kendrick had him all the way. Nope, check it. It was Kerry McLaurin. Anyway, he got it back out close to the 30-yard line. 27, call it the 28 is where they'll start it off. 6 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the first quarter. If you have missed the first quarter, you've missed some excitement already. Stick with us.
And we mentioned at the beginning of the game, it's nice to be out here at Henderson Stadium with no rain for a change, right?
Yes. Isn't this great?
And shirt sleeve weather. Last time we were in here, it felt like we needed to build a fire under our feet.
We got out to the cars and we did. Out wide to the left goes Gary Verdon. Lockhart will pick him up out. There's the snap. Handoff. Fullback gets the call. Gets over to 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 5 or 6 yards.
It's Jerry Horton that time with the carry.
And finally brought down by Glenn Shelby, number 70. Got a hand on him. About 6 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Kerry McLaurin coming back in. Shelby coming out. Okay, I think McLaurin came out for an equipment adjustment. 2nd down and 4. Double wing set up again. Put a man in motion. And here is a pass. Jones getting hit back at about the 23-yard line by McLaurin. Who else? A 10-yard loss on the play dropped him all the way back. They'll mark it at the 24, so give him a -9. Don't know who Trevor Jones was looking for, but whoever it was, he didn't come open. And McLaurin with a burst of speed. That's when you'd like to have a replay just to see how fast he got back there. Verdon comes back in as Parker went to the sidelines. And again, Britton Lockhart will come out to pick up number 15. Third down at about 14. Snap inside to Wilder. He's loose. He's hit, though. Parazzola's got him at about the 29-yard line. Close to the original line of scrimmage. Might have got about 5 yards on the play. That time, the play that got him a big gain the first time, give him 6 yards on that one. They mark it at the 30.
Yeah, got a decent gain, but they were back behind the line of scrimmage because of the loss on the previous play, so it brings up fourth down punting formation for the Hornets.
And Weir to do the punting. Walton and Mark Sams back again. They let him get the punt off. It's a little bit better this time, but still not going to carry. Bounces sideways. And will come dead at about the 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 once again for the Cavaliers. And we'll be back with more of the game. 13-0. Mount the Sails out in front. Back in 30 seconds.
Say Trevor Jones is wearing number 8 tonight, huh? Instead of 5. Was my eyes just fooling me? I thought it was number 8.
No, he was number 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, coming back to me in 3, 2. 1st and 10. Mount the Sails. Ball is at their own 37-yard line. Double wing with Parazzola and Mack. Mack goes in motion. Snap, handoff. Parazzola almost ran into his own quarterback. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and really gets rocked as Ben Nash.
Yep, big
all
hit that
270
time.
pounds of him.
Moved pretty good laterally that time to be able to get over to the side where Parazzola was running to. A couple other guys hit Parazzola, slowed him up. Ben Nash creamed him.
Yes, creamed Nash.
Take that.
Yes. The other guy down there isn't exactly small either. Josh Giles, number 65, 210 pounds. Gain of about a yard. Make it 2nd and 9. Franklin Mack goes in motion again. Snap, pitch out. Wesley needs a block, gets one. Gets hit at the line, bounces off, and did not bounce off of that one. Robbie Heaton, 230 pounds of him, came across at about the 41-yard line and dropped him there. A gain of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Britton Lockhart was on the right side that time trying to lead block, but there were just too many Hornets that were around the ball carrier. Had about 3 or 4 over on that side of the line. They all went after Wesley.
And
he attracts a crowd.
Yeah. Only 11 of them at a time, though. 2 minutes and 58 seconds to go. First quarter, 13-0. Mount the Sails. Mark Sams out wide to the left. Other than that, same one. Here comes Carl Parazzola in motion. Here's the snap. A sprint draw, a fake. And Walton looks. Now he's got pressure. He's going to get hit from the back. He gets away and knocked down at the line of scrimmage. He was looking for Mark Sams going deep, and he had Trey Wilder on him. Could not get the ball to him. No gain, no loss. 4th down.
Well, for the first time tonight, I think the Cavaliers have to punt.
Yep. Exactly. And it's going to be Edward Kendrick to do the punting. Trey Wilder back inside his own 30. Now they drop another guy back, Tate Parker. On 4th and about 5 yards to go.
They're all lining up, coming for him.
Here's a snap. And a wobbly off the side of the foot kick. Going to go down and out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Westfield Hornets at their own 31, and we'll be back with more right after this. Boom. Got them all in. What now? It is 8.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Trevor Jones because there's not a number 8. They're doing just like they did in the first game.
The guy started out with his right number on it. All right, come back to me in 3, 2. Matthew Lee up over the ball, and yes, he is wearing number 8. Evidently, his other jersey got dinged up. Snap, handoff to fullback, and again, number 33, Jerry Horton. Got a couple. Middle of the line, and on the bottom of the middle of the line, Donovan Davis. Give him 3, call it 2nd and 7. Minute and 34 left to go in the first quarter. 13-0, Mount the Sales. And Jones brings them up now with a deuce backfield. Snap, inside handoff, and hit behind the line.
Nothing there at all.
Ooh.
That time, number 54, that's Donovan Davis. He just called his name on the previous play.
And Jared Shell was the guy who got to meet him up close and personal, a loss of 4. Third and about 11.
That was 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, right?
Exactly. That was another one of those that it looked like, you know, drawn in the dirt, but somebody ought to erase it because the other guys are getting a look at it. 3rd down and 11. Ball at the 30-yard line, under a minute left to play here. Wilder goes in motion, the snap, and it chases on, and Jones gets ready to throw it, and he finally does and throws it downfield, and he's got his man at about the 49-yard line. Let's see if he was inbounds. Yes, the call is a completion.
Yep. Good job that time. He wasn't doing anything at all, talking about Trevor Jones staying in the pocket. That time he sprinted out, bootlegged out to the left-hand side, was able to buy himself some time so he could find the open man.
And got a 22-yard gain out of the deal. 1st and 10 for Westfield in Mount the Sales territory. And he marked it at the 48-yard line. Good catch by Verdon. He actually got a couple of yards after he caught the ball, too. Parker now in, out wide left. Snap, handoff straight ahead, and the fullback, Horton, picks up 4 or 5 yards. Hard driving straight up the middle, Ben Hubbard. Jeremy Wisdom, but he did get 5, and it's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's amazing how when your quarterback will go ahead and bootleg one way or the other or buy himself a little bit of time, suddenly it spreads out the defense just a little bit, and that time you had right open straight up the middle, 5 yards.
I don't think they're going to try to get another play in because we're coming down to the end of the first quarter, and that is it. The horn you hear signifies the end of the first 12 minutes of play, with the Mount the Sales Cavaliers out in front, 13-0, and we'll be back with you right after these messages. Okay, kadoink, 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 kadoink. Do all 4 of them. And I suppose we got to give a trivia answer here. Can I eat a peanut in a hurry? Eat a peanut, eat a peanut. Good peanut. Mmm.
Salty peanuts.
You want some of these? You want some of these instead? Okay. Okay. Come on back to me in 3, 2, and we get ready for the second quarter of play. And the answer to our first quarter trivia question, the last AFC team to win the Super Bowl?
Buffalo Bills?
The Oakland Raiders.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, you want a quick one? We'll start off the second quarter with a trivia question right now. 746-6464, area code 912. First correct answer, who was the first AFC team to win the Super Bowl? 2nd down and 5. Wilder in motion, handoff, Horton, and Horton heard a who. Right at the line of scrimmage. Look at them blue shirts.
Well, he didn't hear a who, but he heard a Hubbard.
That's what it was.
Ben Hubbard, number 75, wrapped him up.
And knocked him down. No gain. That question again, we want to know the first AFC team to win the Super Bowl. Could give you a big hint on this one, but I shouldn't. I'll tell you what, if I gave you the hint, I'd guarantee you'd get it.
Yep, let's not give it to him.
Okay. 3rd down and 5. Jones brings them up. Wide gaps off the tackles, the snap, the handoff. No, he keeps it. He wants to pitch it. He should have. Carl Parazola says you're going down. A loss of 2 on the play.
He was trying to get out where he could pitch it to Jared Shell, number 24, is trailing back, coming behind him. But he had Perazola out there with him all the way. There wasn't any chance for him to get it.
Well, Carol Perazola hit him the way you're supposed to. You wrap him up. Don't let his arms loose. Daniel Weir back to punt. So far, his punts have not inspired. Now there's a decent one. Mark Sams has got it at the 14. Fakes it. Here he comes. Oh, we're going to get a flag.
Oh, watch out for the clip.
Got a flag.
Yeah.
Mark Sams is coming up the sidelines, but it's all coming back to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, you can see that one. They'll call it either the clip or the illegal block behind the back.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, a great play by Matthew Hulbert on the coverage team. As soon as he saw he was going to get hit, he turned his back, and Carl Perazola ran right into him. Illegal block is what the referee said.
Yeah, you could see that one coming. You knew it.
So we'll have to take it back. Let's see where the flag's at about the 8-yard line. Ooh, heavens.
Yeah, so it'll be half the distance to the goal from there,
Mark
right?
it back to the 4. And, of course, this is one where the referee, Terry Wingard, probably really didn't have to talk to the co-captain. Yeah, I think we might take this one. Of course, it'll be just like Houston. Here's the call. It's called a clip against Mount DeSales, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Must have been at the 6-yard line since they marked it back to about the 3. That's what the discussion was about, evidently, was exactly where did it happen.
Now we got Carl Perazola and Tony Wesley in the end zone. Snap, here's Wesley, fights his way off at the 10, trying to get outside, and he's out to the 10-yard line before he's finally corralled from behind. Shell, one of the guys, and Parker, the other one.
Well, I tell you what, it must be great as a quarterback to be able to know that you're back there close to the line, close to the goal line, and you can hand it off to someone like Tony Wesley. Just buy me some area here, guy.
Bought him 7 yards on that one. 2nd down and 3. Ball at about the 11-yard line. Franklin Mack out wide to the right. Luke Knight out wide to the left.
Yeah, probably won't get too fancy here. Probably just keep on handing it away.
And they do to Perazola, and he might have got a yard. Got hit at the line by Nash and upended right there. Let's see where they put it down.
It is a 1st down.
Whoa, give him 3 yards on the play then. And a 1st down for the Cavaliers at their own 14-yard line. 9 minutes and 36 seconds left to go. First half, 13-0. The Cavaliers out in front.
That's a tremendous confidence booster whenever you have the ball 1st down on about the 3-yard line. That very first down you get, just buying that extra little bit of yardage, boy, that really helps.
Double wing setup once again. Snap. Handoff. Wesley off the left side at the 20 to 25. Jukes Wilder at the 35 over to 40 to about the 42-yard line. He left Trey Wilder looking for his shoes.
And I don't know if you noticed what happened that time, Dan, but the linebackers for Westfield all jumped at the last minute, changed the look of the defense. Tony Wesley was not bothered by that at all. He just ran right into one of the holes they vacated for a big gain.
28 yards on that one. 1st and 10 for Mount DeSales at their own 42-yard line now. Man in motion is Mack. Snap, fake. Walton has it. Wants to throw one. Throws one way downfield for Kendrick. Ooh, off of his hands at about the 20-yard line. Battling back there with Trey Wilder. He's got about 3 or 4 inches on him. And that was close. Good call on 1st down. Let's shake the trees and see what falls out of the leaves.
Well, Trey Wilder actually had position to catch the ball, but I think he went up for it, and Kendrick was able to kind of make sure that he didn't get it. If he was not going to be able to catch it himself, he made sure Trey Wilder couldn't grab it.
It's one of those, it's mine or it's nobody's. So it's 2nd and 10. Mark Sams out wide to the left now. Franklin Mack in motion to this side, and it's a handoff. He bobbles it, but he keeps it at the 40. Cuts back at the 45 and spins out to about the 48, 49-yard line. A 7-yard pickup before he's finally knocked down. Burke Murph.
That's a good name, eh? Sounds like a good football name.
Yeah, really.
Sound like you ought to be playing for Beach High somewhere, right?
Yeah. Burke Murph from Beach High. And in his spare time, Burke is a senior, 185-pound linebacker on the squad. Looks like he might be calling the defensive signals. Third down and give it about 3. Michael Walton checking off, takes the snap, goes back, sprint draw to Wesley. He's caught. He's trying to get outside. He turns the corner. He keeps going. He's loose. Down the far sideline at the 40, the 30. He's got Trey Wilder to beat. Wilder wraps him up and grabs him at the 18-yard line. Oh, how did he do that?
It's like he was Houdini on the sidelines over there. You thought that he was down, and suddenly he was loose.
And he was loose for 33-yard gain on the play for Tony Wesley. I don't have to ask Margaret this, but I'm going to. Is he over 100 yards? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
130. 130 yards, and we got 7 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the first half. Okay.
And Michael Walton took him some time walking back up to the huddle, and he was just like, I'm sure he was saying, I wonder how he can do that over and over again. You know?
Can we see the replay on that? Gracious. 1st and 10 at the Hornets 18. Snap. Walton keeps it. Swinging outside. Murph misses him. He's hit and knocked out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it at the 9-yard line. About an 8-yard pickup on the play. Yeah, I see the guys from 24 down there in the end zone and 13.
Is this a big game? Oh, yes, it's a big game.
Get out of the way, guys. Pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2 for the Cavaliers at the Hornet 9-yard line. Let's see if they run right on this one. Mike Kuzar is over on that side. Franklin Mack's coming over to this side. Takes the snap, fake. Handoff, Wesley trying to get inside, gets hit in that time. There were about 6 white shirts that said, no, you're not going to do that to us again.
And he got back maybe to the line of scrimmage. They might have lost a yard on the play.
Tate Parker was the first guy in there. And they lay it down at the line of scrimmage, no gain. 3rd down and 2.
Well, like you were talking about, they overloaded to the right side, gave them the look like they were going to go that way, and then they just kind of delayed handoff over to that left side, and nothing there that time.
Now, Kuzar's on the right. Glenn Shelby's on the left. And you got Thomas Bell and Jeremy Wisdom and Britton Lockhart at center. And there's a snap, and it's a pitch out. Whoa, went right through Wesley's hands, and it's still loose, and he dives on it at the 30-yard line. A 20-yard loss on the play. Well, that'll kill your average in a hurry. All the way back, they mark it at the 29, went right through his hands. That's something you're not going to see every day. So it's 4th down. Well, this is going to take a little bit of an effort here. Got to go about 23 yards in order to get a first down. Send Mark Sams out wide to the left. This would be a good time to throw a pass to the tight end and see if Edward can go all the way with it. Parazola goes out. Here's the snap. Kendrick breaking in the end zone. Franklin Mack got it. Touchdown. Over Will Sexton. Give him 29 yards officially.
Good job. Good job of buying extra time that time. The quarterback came right out. Michael Walton all the way over to the right side. Bought that extra 3 or 4 seconds that it took for his man to get open. And he threw it right over Sexton for the touchdown.
Good concentration by Franklin Mack. That was one that you could have gone either way. Jesse Fortson in on the kicking team. Kerry McLaurin to do the snapping. Michael Walton lays it down. The kick is up. It's blocked again. This time it was Tate Parker.
I think it's a little low snap that time. Walton really didn't get the ball set well, so there wasn't any chance at all to get it up.
As it is, though, it is 19 for Mount DeSales, nothing for Westfield. Back with you right after these messages. Put 2 in there. Put 2 30s in there.
Just took longer. Same result. Just took longer. Go ahead and grind out some time before you score, guys. Make the other team not feel so bad.
Yeah.
That's
It was
right.
all playing. It was all playing.
It's game by numbers.
Yeah.
He draws it out of the hat. That's what he has to do every time.
We want to make them think they got a chance, and then we're going to just burst their bubble.
Blanc.
My.
Oh, well. Got a peanut caught. Okay, come on back to me in 3, 2. Well, that enlivened the crowd a little bit. A 20-yard loss followed by a 29-yard touchdown pitch, and it's 19-0 Mount the Sails. 5:33 left to go in the first half as Britton Lockhart tees it up one more time. Waiting for the referee. Now the referee says, come on down. And it's in the air. It's a good one. Goes off to the side a little and going towards the sidelines, and it does go out of bounds. It took a wild bounce there. Jared Shell watched it go across the end line.
Well, that touchdown pass by Michael Walton was his 6th on the year. Boy, he's been very proficient. He's 24 for 48, only 2 interceptions coming into tonight.
Well, as one of those, if you don't have to throw it, don't throw it.
Well, when you got Tony Wesley
Right.
and Parizola and Franklin Mack in the backfield, there's not too many times you have to throw the ball.
Well, the ball comes out to the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 there. Trevor Jones checks back in at quarterback. Looks like Jerry Horton is still in there, and Trey Wilder, and Shell, Jared Shell. That's the backfield. On 1st and 10 from their own 35. There's Wilder, goes in motion, gonna go down the sidelines. He's got it. He dropped it. Had it at the 35-yard line, just over Eddie McBride.
Yep, and he had clear sailing too, because he had beaten his man, had about 1.5 yards, maybe a good 1.5 steps in front of him.
I think it hit his knee as he brought the ball down. His knee came up and knocked it out of his hand. 2nd and 10. Tate Parker checks back in.
He had already shifted into overdrive before he actually had the ball,
I
eh?
think that's what it was. Running before you got it. Parker goes out wide right. Lockhart picks him up. Jones going back, throws one downfield. Intercepted. Mark Sams picks it off at the 46-yard line. Intended for Parker. Mark Sams stepped in front of it.
Good job on the interception, too. You notice he was interested in nothing except getting the ball. Don't worry about trying to grab it and then run with it. He just wanted to make sure that he got the interception.
And he got it. And he got a good whack from Tate Parker, too, when he caught it. Held on to it. 1st and 10, Cavaliers. Ball at their own 47-yard line. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Wild game. Mark Sams comes out wide to the right. Big tight end Kendrick goes to the left. Mike Kuzar is over here anchoring to right. Walton puts a man in motion. Snap, handoff. Here's Franklin Mack coming around. He's got a block. He's got a good one. At the 50, the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 15, the 10. He's in. 53 yards. And the block by Jeremy Wisdom, number 52, was the one that turned him loose. Holy crow, I just noticed this. Franklin Mack's got 3 touchdowns so far.
He's having himself a great game tonight.
That one, incidentally, if you're keeping track of these type things, came 29 seconds after he caught the touchdown pass. That was at 5:33, and this run at 5:04. 29 seconds in between one TD and the other.
That's what we were talking about having a good stable of backs, because you try to key on Tony Wesley. What you do, you turn around and give the ball to Franklin Mack or Carl Parizola.
The kick is up, and this one is good. Richardson plunks it through. They come back up the field, and it is Mount the Sails 26, Westfield nothing. Back with you in 30 seconds. Play one, because we probably will have a chance to get another one in. Yep, we'll get that other break in. Okay. Whew.
Well, I missed it last time. I said it'd take 4, it only took 1.
It only took 1.
I'm underestimating them.
Okay.
You know, Franklin Mack is over 100.
Margaret. Coming back in 3, 2. Well, part of the house is happy.
Well, the home side.
Yes. The other half is in shock. Britton Lockhart getting a lot of chances here to kick off, and here's another one. Oh, that's a beauty. Down to Wilder at about the 6. Gets to the 10, the 20, and gets wrapped up. Ooh, look at all those blue shirts. Turner Oppie, number 21, was the first guy to get a hold of him. Nick Richardson, the kicker.
Yeah, he was also down there on the tackle.
Yeah, and we saw Jeff Crumley, number 23. So it's 1st and 10 for Westfield at their own 23. Westfield does have a couple of first downs in this first half. Yeah. Thought I remembered that. No changes for Westfield. Snap. Jones going back, looking, tries to put one down. Little bit, well, as a matter of fact, one of the cheerleaders made a rather nice stop.
Yeah, Gary Verdon was the intended receiver, number 15 for the Hornets, who was out wide right.
And as it was very incomplete. And Verdon comes back into the ball game with the play. I guess they figured since he was over there on the sidelines, he might as well come back in with one.
Well, he didn't really have an open receiver that time, so I think he, rather than just throwing for the interception, he just threw it away.
Chunked it. Matthew Lee, junior center, comes up over the ball. Jones takes it, fakes it, no, hands it to Wilder, and he gets a couple of yards. A good arm tackle by Kerry McLaurin as he went by, but Wilder still gets out to about the 28. Give him 5, give him 6. Going to be 3rd down and 4.
Well, did you happen to catch any of the pregame show yesterday before the Bears in Detroit when they had Santa on giving gifts to the guys? They gave Terry Bradshaw a present which he opened up, and it turned out to be a highlight tape of Jeff George at quarterback.
3rd down and 4. Snap, handoff, inside handoff. Shell looks like he's got the first down or real close to it. David Burnt on the tackle along with Carl Parazola.
Of course, Terry Bradshaw said it must be a real short flick.
Cold. Ooh, he did not get it. Give him 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 4th and 1. Well, you got 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the first half. Westfield's down 26-0. I just answered my own question. Yeah, they're going to go for it. Send, who is that? Verdon out wide to the right. On 4th down and about a yard. Quarterback sneak, no, handoff, and Wilder's got it, and that good play right up the middle, and Mark Sams gets him at about the 45-yard line. He falls forward for a yard, but he got more than enough for a first down. 15 yards on the play.
Everybody kind of acted like they were looking for him to just kind of dive over the center, and
well, he
all
did.
Of a sudden, he dove over for about 10 or 15 yards.
And a first down for the Hornets at their own 46-yard line. 3:08, and the clock continues to run. Parker out wide to the left. Shell, Wilder, and the fullback, Jones. Here's the snap. He got hit just as he let it go, and it was tipped. I think several people got their hands on it. It was either Wisdom or Burnt, 52 or 42. Popped it up in the air. Think it was intended for that fellow moving back to the huddle right there. All right, it was intended for Tate Parker. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Check it, it was not. That's what I thought. It was Andy Conrad, a senior tight end. Went across the middle. But everybody got their hands up on that one. 2nd and 10 from the 46. Man in motion. Looking to pass, not going to get it. McLaurin in on Jones, dumped him.
Yep, Kerry McLaurin.
And McLaurin, who's not a small guy, 6'4", 215, but he just went past Ben Nash and his 270 pounds rather quickly. Loss on the play back to the 38-yard line, so it's an 8-yard loss. And it's going to be 3rd down and 18. Meanwhile, the clock moves merrily along with 2:20 left to go in the first half. 26-0. The Mount DeSales Cavaliers out in front. Trevor Jones starts Trey Wilder in motion, fakes to him, wants to throw back to him, throws one across the middle, incomplete. Boy, there was all sorts of battling going on down there. Parazola and Parker bumping each other left and right.
Yeah, the fans on the other side of the field over on the Hornet side wanted pass interference called, but they were both really going after the ball.
And as it was, no dice. Incompleted pass. Weir comes back in the punt. Thomas Bell came in. Jeremy Wisdom came out on the kick return team. Here's the snap. Ooh, that time they gave him a little rush, and Weir gets off a pretty good kick. He's going to bounce down, picked up by Michael Walton, trying to get outside. He keeps struggling and not going to get away. Not that time. Brought down at the 26-yard line by Daniel Weir, the guy who kicked it away. And with $1:57 left to go, and the score 26-0, we'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Last one. Can they do it? Can they do another one in 1 minute and 57 seconds?
Name that tune in 3 plays.
3 plays. All right, come on back to me in 3, 2. 1st and 10, Cavaliers, their own 26-yard line. Mark Sams split out wide to the right. Well, not really wide, but he's off to the boundary side. There's a snap, a fake. Walton keeping it, looking. Now he's got nobody. He's got a pretty good line in front of him. Gets knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Was looking for Edward Kendrick downfield and
showed a good head on his shoulders, though. He didn't really have anybody open, so he got what he could and stepped out of bounds, picked up 5 yards.
Trey Wilder was on him all the way. Yeah, he got 5 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Stops the clock with 1 minute and 46 seconds. Sams goes left. Edward Kendrick, tight end, is to the right. Glenn Shelby off to the other side. Snap, pitch. Sams was looking for a block, didn't get it. Gets to the 35, tries to swing away, and he might have got the first down on 3rd effort. And
yeah,
he did.
Looked like he ran in circles there for 2 or 3 steps and fell forward for the first down.
As it was, Jared Shell had a hand on him, and he still got away, picked up 6 yards, and got the first down.
Is that what you call the old windmill play?
Yeah. Just keep unwinding until they give up on you.
Make your defensive man that's got hold of you so dizzy that he just lets go and you fall forward for another yard.
Go somewhere. Luke Knight comes out wide to the right. Franklin Mack comes out slot right. Perizola's wing right. Pitch goes to Kendrick off to the left. Oh, he dropped the ball, but I think one of the trailing, it was Wisdom. No, check it, Thomas Bell.
Thomas Bell, yeah, very luckily was right
62.
behind him, able to fall on the ball.
Gain of 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8. I'll tell you what, it looked like he was going to cough it up. Somebody got their hand in it and just ripped the ball out of his hand. Came back to get it, though. 2nd down and 8. Under a minute left to play now, about 40 seconds. Snap, Walton goes back. He looks. He's got pressure. He goes rolling to the right. Yep. He got a flag. He throws it into the bench.
And you're going to have some holding called.
Yeah, that's what it is. And Britton Lockhart says, oh, so we didn't grab him.
So you can't just, you might get away with it if you put one arm up and just kind of still move him a little bit, but when you put both of them on the jersey and actually pull him down, then yeah, you're going to get that call
holding
every time.
Yeah, yes. It's also called tackling, but that's only on when you're on defense. Anyway, as it appears right now, it's going to be, is that Mount DeSales' first penalty? No, 2nd. Yeah, okay. However, penalty is declined because it will bring up 3rd down That's not bad. You only got 31 seconds left. Still a chance that you might wind up getting the ball back. 3rd down and about 7. Luke Knight goes out wide to the left. And now Carl Perazzola goes in slot left with Franklin Mack over there. Snap, handoff Wesley. Looking for some running room. Found nothing. Oh, it almost got away from it. However, holding on for dear life was Josh Giles, number 65, and brought him down. No gain, and Westfield says they want a timeout. Well, they did give him a yard. All right, give him a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 6. And I think we'll see a punt on this one. Westfield did call a timeout.
Yeah, trying to conserve a little bit of that clock. So the clock will start again once they kick the ball away and Westfield catches it, and then they'll quickly try to get something happening there in just a few seconds left on the clock.
They've got all 3 of their timeouts. Let's see. No, I thought that maybe this is what they had done in the first game of the year, but it wasn't. Montesales had scored twice, and then Westfield scored once. However, in this particular game, the Cavaliers have scored 4 times. 22 seconds left on the clock as Edward Kendrick lines it up. Gets it up. Not a bad kick. End over end. Fair catch. Wilder takes it, dances backwards a little bit.
And 1 second expires off of the clock.
Okay. Leaves the Hornets 21 seconds to go 76 yards. Well, we have seen it done. I think that was one of the best calls of my early broadcasting career here in Middle Georgia. It was a Northside High School game when Northside had the ball on their own 16-yard line with 6 seconds left on the clock, and I said, just give it to Terry Gallagher. They did. He went 84 yards for a touchdown. Trevor Jones, split back, puts a man in motion, goes back and looks and hit, gets away, and this time, Edward Kendrick was trying to keep him in bounds and he couldn't get him. Tried to get in, stay in bounds. He knocked him out at about the 16-yard line, a loss of 8 on the play.
And once again, fans on the other side wanted a personal foul called as they thought Kendricks hit him out of bounds, but he was just trying to keep him in.
Yeah, he didn't want him to go out. He says, we need to get into the locker room and take a break here. So it's going to be 2nd down and 18 for Westfield at their own 16 now. Went from 76 yards to 84 yards. Snap, Jones hands off Wilder, trying the middle of the line, and that time I think they got wise to it. Kerry McLaren, the first guy to hit him. And then I think it was Jeremy Wisdom who knocked him down.
And time is gone.
And time has expired here in the first half with the score. The Mount DeSales Cavaliers 26, the Westfield Hornets nothing. We'll be back with some halftime statistics right after these messages. Play 3 of the 6 that are supposed to go in here. Play the first 3. Oh. Yeah. Yo. Next week. Next week.
I think the other team should get to take the square root of sales score. If they can beat the square root, they win.
Whoops. We're going to have a short halftime here.
How unfair of them. Not that I'm complaining. We could be out of here by...
That's true.
We'd be out of here by 10 o'clock.
Grab these things here and throw it. Well, there's still some good ones in here.
Oh, man, they're so salty. They're killing me. My lips are just like...
Yes, I finally had to just stop and keep on trying to eat them.
So, we think that the other team should get to take the square root of y'all's score. And if they can beat that, they win. Does that sound fair to you?
What is the square root of 26?
About 5.1.
No.
No? I figure y'all got it easy. You'll make it 49 by the end. Give them a full touchdown.
We've already been up here saying we can name that touchdown.
Okay. Come on back to me in 5, 4, 3, 2. Well, we get back with you at halftime, and the field's cleared, and everybody has gone off to someplace else. I'm not sure. I guess there's not going to be a halftime entertainment. Incidentally, we'll give you the answer to our trivia question. The first quarter, remember, we looked for the last AFC team to win the Super Bowl. Our second quarter was who was the first AFC team. And when I said that I'd give it to you, except that I guarantee you would get it, I was talking about Joe Willie. The New York Jets were the first AFC team to win. And of course, they were still the AFL at that time, but technically they were an AFC. So that was our answer. Anyway, halftime looks like this. Mount DeSales and Westfield will give you Westfield's first. The Hornets have gotten 3 first downs, 31 yards rushing, and it looked like this. Trevor Jones has got a minus 28 so far. Horton's got 5 carries for 15. Wilder 6 for 47, and Shell 3 for a minus 3. Total of 31 net yards. Pass completions, there was one, and that was the one that got them 22 yards, and one of their 3 first downs. Total yards in the first half for the Hornets, 53. They're 1 of 7 in passing, incidentally, and 1 interception. For the Cavaliers, 9 first downs in the first half, 191 yards rushing. And listen to this. Walton's got 4 for 16. Tony Wesley, 11 for 111. And, of course, he would have had a lot more than that except for that 20-yard loss. Franklin Mack has got 3 for 59. Talk about averages. That's not bad at all. Carl Parazola, 2 for a total of 5. 191 yards on the ground, 9.6 per rush. Not bad. In the passing, 3 for 5 for 92 yards. And, of course, one of those was a long touchdown pass. Well, actually, 2 long touchdown passes. 283 total yards, 3 for 5 in passing. 1 penalty for 4 yards. And 1 fumble, which they got back. So actually, Mount DeSales ahead not only in points, but also in the giveaway takeaways. They've gotten 1 takeaway. Scoring looked like this after a 50-yard kickoff return by Tony Wesley to start the game. He then ran 46 yards down the sidelines to the 1-yard line and then went in from 1 yard out. With only 48 seconds gone in the game, Mount DeSales was in front 7-0 as Richardson added the extra point. Then Franklin Mack took a pass out in the flat, ran it in for a touchdown, 57 yards. Kick was no good. It was 13-0 at the end of the first quarter. Franklin Mack then, on the 20-yard loss that we mentioned that Tony Wesley had, on the next play, Michael Walton floated one into the end zone. Franklin Mack grabbed it, went in, and that was with 5:33 left to go in the first half. The kick was no good. It was 19-0. Then, just to prove it wasn't a fluke, after Mark Sams picked off a Trevor Jones pass for the Cavaliers, on the first play from scrimmage, Franklin Mack around the right end, 54 yards. Only 29 seconds had elapsed since the last score. This time Richardson was true with the kick, and it was 26-0, and that's where we stand at the end of the first half. And since you can see all the wonderful activities that are going on, that's going to wrap it up for our first half. And we will be back with you with the second half of tonight's game right after these messages. Plunk in your other 3 and get ready to change your tape. Doink, doink, doink. Okay. In 5, 4, 3-2. And we welcome you back for the second half. That was kind of a short halftime tonight.
Well, no bands here tonight,
No.
so went by pretty quickly.
And they didn't invite us to perform, which was probably a good idea when they come down to it. Anyway, you want to sing the national anthem next week?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't have enough range. I was going to say something else, but
Anyway,
I'm bad with words too, you know.
we'll get.
I'd have to write them down, and then I probably wouldn't be able to read them.
Be like, who was it doing the Pledge of Allegiance about second or third Super Bowl, and he forgot them too. Britton Lockhart getting ready to kick off back deep. It looks like Jared Shell and Trey Wilder. Here's the kick. It's in the air, end over end to Wilder at about the 16. Gets to the 20, to 25, to 30, and right about there, he gets to meet Ben Hubbard up close and personal. And knocked down at about the 30. Let's see what he does. Do mark it. Oop, here comes the ball. Look out. 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hornets. If you missed the first half, you missed a good first half of football, as a matter of fact.
Especially if you were a Cavalier fan.
Oh, yes, indeed. 26-0 as we head into the third quarter of tonight's game. Got a trivia question for you, so don't go away. Here's the snap, handoff, and it's Shell coming around the end. Cuts back in, good move, gets close to the 40. Finally rolled up there at about the 39-yard line. Made a nice move to come back and get a couple of more yards. David Burnt finally got him down.
And David Burnt rode him down and reached out trying to gain possession of the ball, but there was no such luck that time.
Jared Shell said, I've had enough trouble getting the ball. Don't take it away from me. Gain 5, 2nd and 5. Come up to the line now. Looks like Matthew Lee still the center. Jones puts Wilder in motion. Snap, fake, wants a pass. Trying to get to the outside. Britton Lockhart's got the angle on him, and he knocks him down. But not before Trevor Jones gets himself a first down. He had Parker and Andy Conrad going downfield, and it was enough to get people moving around, give him 6 yards on the play, and a 1st and 10 for Westfield.
Yeah, the defensive backs were back covering the receivers and gave him just enough of a little cushion there to run for that first down. That was a nice start for the Hornets after halftime. Come out and pick up a first down.
Exactly. Come out with the same setup, and let's see where they go. Wilder goes in motion. Jones wants to throw it to him. No. He's going back the other way. He lobs one downfield. Intercepted. At about the 45-yard line, it's Carl Perazola, and he kicks it out to the 50. I'm not sure where Trevor Jones was throwing that one, but Carl Perazola was there to say thank you. Got it at the 43, brought it back 7 yards. 1st and 10 for Mount DeSales at the midfield stripe.
Perazola having a good game tonight, going both ways, as he has all year. Lines up in the backfield whenever they have the offensive team in there, and then he lines up in that linebacker slot or either in one of those corners many times as he roams the defensive backfield.
Michael Walton brings him up. Britton Lockhart snaps it, handoff to Wesley. Tries to get outside, bounces past one, gets 5 or 6 yards. Hanging on for dear life, Will Sexton. Good tackle. Knocks him down at about the 43-yard line, a gain of 7.
And just mentioned Perazola, he was out there that time on blocking, springing Tony Wesley loose out on that right side.
Got Glenn Shelby, Thomas Bell, Britton Lockhart. See who the other guard is. Kusar is over there, and I believe Jeremy Wisdom is the other guard. Kusar's at tackle. Snap, handoff, Perazola cuts in, got the first down, keeps going, gets a couple more yards, and that's about it. First guy to hit him was, I believe, Robbie Heaton.
Well, I tell you what, this Mount DeSales Cavaliers are going to have a bunch of seniors that they're going to be losing this year that they're really going to miss, because this has really been a year whenever their team has risen to the top, and it's been under this great senior leadership that they've got. They've got a lot of seniors this year.
Gain of 5 for Parazola. Going to bring up 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs for the men in blue. Mark Sams, wide right. Franklin Mack, slot right. Fake. Walton keeps it, dives in, and that time, I believe there was Burke Murph who did not bite on the fake.
And Walton looked like he might wanted to have thrown it back to Tony Wesley, who was trailing out here on the left side, but there wasn't any chance for him to do that. Defense quickly in on him. Did the smart thing that time, avoid a fumble.
Keep it and just tuck it in and go with it. Didn't go far, but he did get a yard. 2nd down and 9. 8 minutes and 38 seconds left to go. 3rd quarter, 26-0 in favor of the Mount DeSales Cavaliers. Send Luke Knight out wide to the left. Franklin Mack goes in motion. Michael Walton looking, tosses one up. Whoa, it's going to be intercepted at about the 25-yard line by Sexton. He bounces away, gets loose, and gets it all the way back out to the 42-yard line.
Well, Sexton tonight has been the victim on defense many times in some of these early first half scores by the Cavaliers, but that time he jumped up and got himself an interception. The ball was poorly thrown, very underthrown. You could see what he was trying to do, Michael Walton, but that time he just basically misjudged how deep his man was going to go. Missed it by about 10 yards.
1st and 10 for the Hornets at their own 41-yard line. Snap, handoff straight ahead. Whoa, and Ben Hubbard says you're going to stop right there. Jerry Horton, the fullback, got a couple of yards out of the deal, though. All the way out to about the 46-yard line before he was finally dropped. Gain of 5, make it 2nd and 5. Well, wait a minute. They're going to mark it back a little bit, make it 4, make it 2nd and 6. 2nd down and 6. The Hornets might have dodged a big bullet there. Handoff.
Fumble.
Ball is bouncing around. The marker goes wide in. Kendrick comes up with it, and he's loose, and he's going. Talk about dodging a bullet. Let's see. I'm following the referee. Touchdown. How about a 45-yard fumble return? Evidently, and I didn't hear a whistle.
Well, Westfield was hollering that the ball was down, but Dan, you're right. You keep on playing that ball as a live ball until you hear the whistle. There was no whistle. Kendrick picked it up and very alertly knew there had been no whistle and ran the ball in.
They're still talking about it, but they can talk all they want. It is a 45-yard, because the marker is still laying out there at the 45-yard line where the referee threw it. So give Ed Kendrick a 45-yard fumble return for a touchdown, make it 32-0. And Nick Richardson will try to tack another one on. He puts it up. This one is good. And they'll come back up the field, and just like that, what a turnaround. The Cavaliers 33, the Hornets nothing, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Wow. Now that's why I couldn't hear if there was a whistle or not.
Never heard a whistle.
No, and about the time the ball skirted out, that's when he threw the marker out there.
What happened, he saw the ball come loose, so he threw down the marker where the ball came loose, but no one ever came up with it.
Yeah.
Just kept popping around.
Okay. Well, we're ready.
They named that play in 0 plays.
Yes.
They named that tune in 0 plays.
How'd they do that?
Picked up a fumble and ran it in for a touchdown.
Coming back to me in 3, 2. Well, you've seen everything when you've seen that. How about a third quarter trivia question? You got to be sharp to know this one. We want to know the two teams that played, the two teams now, we've got to name them both, that played for the NFL championship in '63. Think about it. 746-6464. 912 is the area code. If you call us from Ludowici, you get 4 tickets. Britton Lockhart, nice one. End over end coming down to Trey Wilder at the 11. Fakes it, hands it off. Jared Shell's got it at the 20 to 25. Whoa, he got hit about the 26, 27-yard line and got knocked down. Kerry McLaurin on the tackle.
Well, Edward Kendrick ran that last fumble in for a touchdown, and I was thinking about the article I read about him in the paper today where he said that he was really going to miss high school football because that was about the funnest thing that he had ever done. So
Yes.
I thought, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's
he
fun.
had some more fun there as he picked up that fumble and ran it in.
Well, when you don't hear a whistle, the ball is still alive. And I think they found that out. Glenn Shelby is in at left defensive end now in place of Kendrick. Snap, Shell trying to come around the outside, hit from behind and dropped on a good tackle. Number 52, Jeremy Wisdom, and also Britton Lockhart, number 55, came up to get him. Did gain about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Andy Conrad, the tight end, has gone out now. I see Ron Marshall is coming in to play tight end, number 10. 6:34 left to go, 3rd quarter. Snap, Jones looks, wants to throw one out there. He does, way downfield. Almost intercepted by either Britton Lockhart or Michael Walton, and they ran into each other, and the ball dropped to the ground.
Well, but they do get up and give each other a hand because the offensive man did not get the ball. So
That's true.
That's the important thing.
Gary Verdon was out there, but he was the 3rd man on that match.
They'll walk back to the huddle, saying to each other, now, I could have had that. I could have had that. No, I could have had that.
Glenn Shelby, Ben Hubbard, Donovan Davis, and Kerry McLaurin, the front line out there now. Lockhart, David Burnt, Jeremy Wisdom. Oh, there's 8 guys up. Eddie McKnight's coming up. Here's the snap. Jones wants to pass. McLaurin's got him in his sights. Hits him, and he finally knocks him down at the 30-yard line. He got back to the line of scrimmage. However, on a 3rd and 9, that's going to make it a 4th and 9. Give Trevor Jones a 0 on that one. 4th down and 9, and we're going to see Daniel Weir punt. He hasn't done this in a while. The first half, it seemed it was 3 and out constantly for Westfield.
Oh, we had a couple of times where the Cavaliers came close to getting in his face.
Whoa, that one's high. Weir's going to he's not going to hang on to it. And the ball's down at about the 12-yard line. Recovered, I believe, Glenn Shelby. Yep, he's got the ball. It's 1st and 10. Mount the Sails at the Hornet 12-yard line. We'll keep it here. 5:39 left to go. Well, the wheel fell off. Yes. Had been anticipating something like that all night long, but when it finally happens, you're still a bit surprised.
Well, it's about time to circle the wagons, guys.
Yes, the Indians are in control here. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. They mark it actually at the 13-yard line, so they can get a 1st down. Mark Sams out wide right. Franklin Mack in the slot right. Snap. Hand off to Carl Perazola. Touchdown. Did you hold up one finger, Freddie?
Well, I figured it would only take one.
And that one was Carl Perazola from 13 yards out.
I was kind of expecting for him to hand the ball off to Tony Westleaf, and I think that's what the Hornets also thought. Perazola, the first man through, got the ball. Trounced right in very easily for the score.
39-0 as Nick Richardson steps to the plate. Kerry McLaurin back in to do the snapping. He's got Jesse Fortson on his left and Thomas Bell on his right. There's the snap. The kick is up, and this one looks like it may go through. It does. As they come back up the field, it is the Mount the Sails Cavaliers 40. The Westfield Hornets nothing, and we'll be back with you right after these messages. Play 2. We may not get all 4 in, but go ahead and play 2. Okay. Next week, same time, same station, right here.
Well, that'll be a great game.
It should.
I'm assuming that Tatnall will get by John Millage tonight. Isn't that who they're playing?
Yeah. I think they played them once and beat them. I'm not sure. Okay, looks like they're going to kick off, so come back to us in 3, 2. Britton Lockhart is auditioning for the Kicker of the Year award here, at least on kickoffs.
He's done a good job tonight, normally getting them inside the 15, many times all the way down inside the 10.
This one he booms out of there, a spinner down to about the 14. Wilder keeps it, trying to get outside. Ooh, he got past one at the 15 to 20, the 25 out to the 30. Oh, and I'll tell you what, he did good to hold on to the ball as Nick Richardson, of all people, got a hold of him, and Wilder almost let go of the ball at the 33. About a 20-yard return on the play. He ran about 40 to get there, but looked like Kendrick was going to get him in the back at about the 10-yard line, and he managed to shake loose and keep going. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets at their own 33-yard line. 5:17 left to go here in the third quarter. Verdon comes out to the right. Here's a snap, inside handoff to Wilder. Well, that time,
nothing there.
Nobody got fooled. Kerry McLaurin, number 81, and I think it was Donovan Davis, also number 54, stopped him right at the line of scrimmage.
And you're right, they mark it basically no gain.
Nick Richardson coming into the ball game. Michael Walton is going to go to the sidelines. May start seeing a change of personnel here for the Cavaliers. We were talking about that, and we do know some of them. Matthew Hardy in the ball game, out wide to the right now. Britton Lockhart down there at the bottom of your screen. Snap, handoff. Wilder trying to get around the end, and he's got some running room, but he gets dumped by David Burnt after about a 5-yard pickup. Woo, and really made him run for that 5 yards. I just noticed they went from hash mark to hash mark out there.
Then when he got tackled, they just somersaulted him over a couple, 3 times too, so it looked like he was tumbling out there.
Give him 6 on the play and be 3rd down and 4. Well, I don't know. Would you pass here? Down 40-0 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. I'd try it.
Well, the last couple of passes haven't been too effective.
Oh, a shovel pass. Nice one to Shell. However, David Burnt anticipated it, and after a yard gain, he, along with Jeremy Wisdom and Eddie McBride, came up to make the stop, so they give him a yard on the play, and it's 4th down and about 3.
Tell you, David Burnt having himself a good game tonight on defense.
He is that.
Called his name several times.
And Daniel Weir is in to do the punting again. And I know he's hoping for a snap that he can handle this time. He says he's ready. Another high snap. Oh, and it's over his head again. And he's going to pick it up and get dumped by McLaurin at the 14-yard line. Well, 2 snaps in a row that have resulted in large losses for the Hornets. And it'll be 1st and 10 for, let's see where they finally laid the ball down, at the 15-yard line. Cavaliers ball, 1st and 10 at the Hornets 15. .305 left to go in the third quarter. Yes.
And you've got to think if they go in and score here that probably the entire fourth quarter or the majority of it, you're going to see a lot of fresh faces in there.
Oh, yes. Walton, snap, fake to Parazola. No, he gives it to Carl Parazola, and he's down to about the 5-yard line. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Finally, Murph Burke knocked him down at the 5. Watch the referee. The referee says it's a 1st down. Give him 10. 1st and goal to go for the Cavaliers at the Hornets' 5-yard line. Well, Carl Parazola came close to scoring a 2nd touchdown on that same call.
Yep, first man through. Many times that's tricky when you line up and you've got the deep back behind you, and that's Tony Wesley. You've got to be concentrating on him.
Walton, snap. Hands it to Wesley. He gets about a yard. Wrestled to the ground there by Ron Marshall. gain of 1. It'll be second down and goal to go. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 40-0 in favor of Mount DeSales. A lot of folks are going to have a long ride back to Perry.
And Franklin Mack comes out. Kendrick in.
And he will line up strong, on an power I formation. Snap, pitch. Wesley looking for a block, gets 1, gets 2, gets into the end zone. And the call goes up once again. Touchdown, Cavaliers. Tony Wesley from 4 yards out.
And Kendrick in that time just to provide the blocking out front. Boy, he leveled his man. Big mismatch.
Actually, I think 3 guys going up against Edward Kendrick would be a mismatch.
Well, he was against number 32. Matthew Hulbert was in there. He's the sophomore 150-pounder at linebacker, and not much of a match that time.
Beautiful kick. The point after is good. And we can tell you this, that with 1 minute and 37 seconds left to go in the third quarter, it is now the Mount DeSales Cavaliers 47 and the Westfield Hornets nothing. Back with you after a 30-second timeout. Well. Well.
Oh,
Oh. More than a hum. Crunch.
They would play next week here, right?
Yes.
be a good game. Big crowd again.
What?
Come back to
big
me.
crowd again.
In 3, 2. Well, I think I may have said this once or twice before in tonight's game, but Britton Lockhart tees it up to get ready to kick it off. Goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touchdowns. 5 extra points. And what? 5 different people have scored. Oh, now there's a good one. Lockhart got into it, gives it to Shell at the 8. Out to the 20. Hit at about the 22-yard line.
Green back there by number 87. Is that number 87 or number 82? Number 82, yeah.
John
Michael Pierce.
Oh, yeah. Junior tight end. Gets on the highlight films. 1st and 10. What'd you get, a baseball card in your Cracker Jack?
Yeah, you got Paul Molitor.
Paul Molitor, future Hall of Famer, as a matter of fact.
Was he with the same team? We got one in my box that was
No,
Kenny Lofton
Kenny
is a
Lofton.
Cleveland Indian, so we knew when our Cracker Jacks was boxed.
Snap and a handoff straight up is Jerry Horton, the fullback. Might have got a yard. Donovan Davis on the bottom. And we're going to see some new faces.
Mike Kuzar in.
Going to play a little defense.
Jeff Crumbly in.
Oh, yeah. Britton Lockhart comes out and Ben Hubbard comes out. Gained of about 2, 2nd down and 8. 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. Ball sitting just short of the Hornet 25-yard line as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Snap, handoff inside. Shell. Oh, he got hit by everybody. Oh, he picked the wrong time to run that play because big Mike Kuzar, number 77,
Yep.
6'3" and 305.
Fresh legs in there.
And he
was
ran
ready
right
to go.
into him. Knocked him down. He might have got a yard out of the play. 3rd down and making a long 7, a short 8. 25 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. What a time to call that play when you just bring a new guy in on
Yep.
defense. Nobody moved him.
Happens to be the biggest man on the team.
Yep.
Maybe
Snap.
the biggest man on the field, we should say.
Jones going back, throws one out, just out of the reach of Gary Verdon. At about the 35-yard line, Mark Sams, Carl Perazzola chasing him after. It's going to be 4th down. Okay, here we come. Margaret's shaking her head. Let's see if they can get the snap to the punter this time. Poor Daniel Weir, he has really had a time of it. Last 2 snaps have gone over his head. and resulted in Mount DeSales touchdown. Good snap. Good punt. Coming back to Mark Sams at the 48. He fair caught it as the horn goes off, signaling the end of the third quarter. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter right after these messages. Well, the first one was not that bad. First time they met, it was 34-7.
I just wanted to see the front.
There you go.
How big is the
Give you
GISA?
one.
The whole state?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let me sneak one more drink out of there.
Yeah, it's got the brackets in there of who's played who.
Ooh, crow.
It just so happens it was a Macon year.
Oh, yeah.
Southland.
Come on back to us
Down
in
America's
3,
Augusta Christian.
2. Well, now we'll start swapping folks around. I believe that is Nick Richardson in there at quarterback. Also Turner Oppie, and he's in motion. And there's the snap and going straight ahead and getting not too much. Let's see, is that Xavier Randall? It is, number 12. Xavier Randall is now in there at fullback. Sophomore, 5'10", 185-pounder. Also in the ball game, number 41, Dennis Matuvu.
Number 21, Turner Oppie.
Yeah, I was just going to say Matuvu just came out. And Jason Borden, senior wide receiver, goes in. He comes out wide to the right. The other running back is Jeff Crumbly. Richardson at quarterback. He got 2 yards on that play. Snap, a handoff. It's Oppie trying to get around the right side. Bounces into one guy. He might have got 1 yard, and that was about it.
Turner Oppie, all 5'6", 145 pounds of it.
Them Tiger. Give him a yard on the play. How big did you say he was?
5'6",
145?
145.
He ran into big number 63, Ben Nash, at 270.
Yeah, look at him out there with his own teammates.
Yes. Ryan Wade comes in, number 65.
That's all inspiring whenever you sit there and see that. Yeah.
It is. Get out there and
Cheer
get him, Tiger.
Cheer for the small guy. Yeah.
Third down and about 8. Snap, handoff. Here's Crumley trying to get around the end. Cuts back in. Got about a yard, 2 yards on the play. The head linesman took a dump and then turned around, took a bow. Give Crumley 3 yards on the play, but it's still going to be 4th down. I think I see what the
David Kaysen is the head linesman.
Tripped over the chalk line.
They used him as a screen. That's
what it was.
Picked him.
Edward Kendrick, the punt. Trey Wilder back there in receiving formation. Nice soft one. Good punt. Gets a lot of air under it. It's going to come down and hit somebody if they don't watch it. Well, as it was, Britton Lockhart went for it, and Mark Sams got it. Ball down at the 28-yard line.
Faked me out. I thought Lockhart had it.
I did too. Great pickup on the play. All right, let's see who goes in on the defensive side of the ball. Looks like most of the first squad is still in there. Ben Hubbard comes out, and that's because Big Mike Kuzar is going to play a little defense.
Well, it's a matter of pride for the Cavaliers. They don't want to allow a score.
Well, like I said, the first game, it was 34-7 in favor of Mount DeSales. There's only been 2 shutouts. They shut out Windsor and Athens Christian back to back.
A little bit of confusion on defense.
Here's the snap, quick pitch out the shell. Edward Kendrick running after him, but
Arizola trips him out all the way out there on the right side. Throws the big body in front of him.
Carl's 5'7", 200 pounds. He's my size. Of course, the one thing is he's a running back, and I don't think I'd ever get that fast. Kendrick coming out, a pickup of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7.
We need to play center, right?
Yep. And
don't have to move very far.
My age, I'd be playing left out. Jeff Crumbly into the ball game now. Here's the snap, a handoff, and getting past the line of scrimmage is Horton. And Horton didn't hear a hoot that time. He went straight up the middle.
Tackled by number 34, Eddie McBride.
After an 11-yard pickup, Britton Lockhart checks back in. David Burnt comes to the sideline.
Well, they moved the chains for the first down.
1st and 10, mark it at the 43-yard line. Send the man out wide to the right. Is that Verdon? It is. There's the snap. Jones looks for him, wants to throw one way downfield. He's got him, but out of bounds.
Good-looking spiral toss that time, though.
That one, however, was not quite close to the mark. 2nd down and 10. I like to see that, though. On a first down play, send him, let him run.
Y'all heard all the other announcers that was on with Terry Bradshaw yesterday when they gave him that tape. When he said what he did, they all just cackled about Jeff George's career highlights. That's what it was titled. Career highlights by Jeff George.
John Michael Pierce checks in. Snap, handoff, and it's the fullback again, and he's got 5 yards. Horton off the right side. Got some good movement out of the ball. But it was Britton Lockhart on the tackle. Along with Jeremy Wisdom, Dennis Matuvu comes in, and Mark Sams will come out. Give him about 6 yards on that play. 3rd down and 4. Moving towards the 8-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. 47-0, Mount the Sails out in front. Snap, handoff inside. Here's Wilder, and there goes Wilder as John Michael Pierce wrapped him up. About 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and he might have got the first down.
Yeah, he wrapped him up, but he was carried for another couple, 3 yards. Yep.
Didn't make the first down. 4th and 1. Alva Davis checks in for the Westfield Hornets, number 87. And Westfield says they need a timeout. Okay, we'll take one with them. 7 minutes and 24 seconds left to go in tonight's ball game. It's Mount the Sails 47, Westfield nothing. Back with you right after this 30-second timeout. I'd call out timeout too.
It's closer to the first down marker than what the marker is across the field.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here looking dead on it. It looks like it.
Was a first down, it looked like to me, but the actual spotting of the ball was not.
He looks like he's maybe. The ball is about, the marker should be about halfway between where the 4 and the first down marker is.
Looks like it. Looks like it. Okay.
Surprised they didn't call for a measurement.
Come back to us in 3, 2. Well, 4th down and not too much to go for a first down. Let's see what the call is from the Hornets. The snap, handoff. Horton hits the line and he's got the first down. Well, I say he's got the first down. It looked like he went well past it. Yeah, he did. Referee signals that's good enough for a first down. Give him a yard on the play. And give the Hornets 1st and 10 at the Cavalier 46-yard line. I'm trying to remember. Help me out here. What's the deepest penetration for Westfield tonight? It's somewhere around here, isn't it? The 40, 45-yard line of Mount the Sails.
I think you're right.
Jesse Fortson in there on a defensive tackle position. 6:57 left to go in the ball game. Man in motion is Wilder. Fake. Jones wants to throw one across the middle. He completes it to the 30-yard line. Gary Verdon, his first catch of the night. And he's down, and I think he might have twisted up an ankle, but he's got a first down. A 16-yard pickup on the play. He came down hard on that ankle when he got...
Really? Is that what they said?
See if you can get a score. I'd like a final score.
Question mark.
We got a question mark on it. We've just been handed a bulletin on on a GHSA game, which we're going to try to find out a score on it. It would probably be, well, they should have been over by now. Well, this is the word that we got. The Northside Eagles, unranked, out of Warner Robins, 13. Number 1 Lowndes County, 10. And Northside will advance to the semifinals next week. Northside 13, Lowndes County 10, the final. The Eagles, that has got to be the biggest upset of the 1997 football season. We got the whole press box whistling over that one. I'll tell you what, after seeing Northside and Statesboro last Saturday night, I would have never expected that. 13-10, north side of Warner Robins over Lowndes County. Well, it doesn't look like Lowndes County and Valdosta will meet for the state championship, does it?
I want to carry
we
that
have
one.
no score out of Valdosta either. I'm sorry.
I want to carry that one to the press box and let them announce it, I tell you.
Really? 1st and 10 for the Hornets at the Cavalier 30-yard line. Snap, handoff straight ahead, and getting a couple of 3 yards again. Horton, a rolling fullback, I'll tell you that. Give him about 4 on the play, make it 2nd and 6 with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the ball game. Out wide to the right goes Matthew Hardy. On 2nd and 6, snap, handoff, Wilder trying to get inside, gets past 1, 2. Eddie McBride finally gets a hold of him and knocks him down, but not before he crossed the 20. Got help in there from Nick Richardson, but a gain of 9 yards on the play and a first down for Westfield. Now at the Cavalier 18-yard line. 5 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in the ball game. And at this point, I guess it probably would be pretty safe to say that next week it'll be the Mount de Sales Cavaliers against somebody in the championship game. Snap, Jones fakes, wants a roll, wants a look, wants a pass, throws one into the end zone, intercepted and dropped. Matuvu had it at the 5-yard line, did not have control of it. I don't believe he had control of it.
Ball was intercepted by number 41, Dennis Matavu.
Okay, they're saying he did have control of it. So give him the interception, but also give him a fumble, and it was recovered.
It's yours, it's mine, it's ours.
It's ours. It's 1st and goal to go for the Hornets at the 8-yard line. Snap, Jones hands off Wilder trying to get around the end. He cuts back in. He's not going to cut fast enough, and he gets stacked up and knocked down. A couple of guys in the back. McBride had a shot at him, and it Pierce. Glenn Shelby finally held him up, and Britton Lockhart put him down on the 9-yard line. And hold on, because Wilder, he took a shot, a straight-on shot from Glenn Shelby. He moved it back to the original line of scrimmage, but when he got hit and stood up, Britton Lockhart came in and put him down, and now Trey Wilder is down. Well, if we had a telephone number, maybe we could call and find out what Warner Robins did in Valdosta. Wilder is going to leave the game, just shaken up. And that was quite a shot he took. All right, 2nd down and goal for Westfield. At the DeSales 8-yard line, a snap. Horton gets inside the 5-yard line to about the 3. Determined running by Jerry Horton, the senior fullback. Tripped up by Lockhart. And he had some help there from Glenn Shelby. Gain of 5 on the play. 3rd down and goal to go with the ball at about the 3. Out wide to the right, Matthew Hardy, number 88. On the wing is Matthew Hulbert, who's in there now in place of Trey Wilder. Snap. Here's Shell going around the outside. He's in for a touchdown. And the Westfield Hornets get on the board from 3 yards out with 3:45 left to go in the ball game. At 47-6. Extra point. Oh, yes, that's right. Ben Nash does the kicking. The big guy, 270-pound tackle. And Trevor Jones will be doing the holding. No good. Got to bring that one back. Kick that one into tomorrow over there. However, dead ball foul, offside against the Cavaliers. So there's no choice in the matter. Since it was a dead ball foul, they've got to take it. Penalize them half the distance to the goal. I don't know if you can see the referee and the umpire as they do the rotation with their hands. That means there is protection on the center. You can't level him. Wow. Ben Nash kicked that one into the next county, too. Did you see that thing? What a leg. All right, as they come back up the field, it is the Mount DeSales Cavaliers 47 and the Westfield Hornets 7. Back with you after this 30-second timeout. Got a Dr. Pepper. Diet. What? Well, it belongs to Margaret, but she'll let you have it. All right, coming back to me in 3, 2. Well, we're going to see something that we have only seen one other time tonight, and that is Westfield kicking off. And for those of you who missed the opening kickoff, Tony Wesley took it back 50 yards, and that was kind of the story of the way this game has gone. I believe that is Jeff Crumley back there, or is that Kevin Summers? Did not catch the last part of the number. Mark Sams was back, and he has gone off, and Turner Oppie comes on. With 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the ball game, we'll see Ben Nash kick this one off, and that one is a spinner. Going to come down to about the 20, fumble. The ball is all over the field, and who's got it? I think it's a white shirt. As a matter of fact, number 14, Cole Dunaway, picked that one up. Franklin Mack, I think, was trying to run with it before he had it, and the ball spinning the way it did spun right back into Dunaway's hands. And the 9th grade fullback linebacker, all 135 pounds of him, makes the recovery and sets up the Westfield Hornets. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line, and okay. They scored a touchdown, and here's all sorts of new guys in there. Bo Hart, a 9th grader, is going to be the quarterback. Golly. Ben Brannon, a 9th grade 185-pounder at tackle. The guard is just switched. He's the guard. Snap, handoff, fake. Quarterback rolls out, throws one downfield. He's got a man wide open at the 10 and knocked out of bounds at the 6. Matuvu. Number 82, John Curtis Gibbs, a sophomore, taking the pass of Bo Hart. They knock him down at the 6-yard line. A 22-yard pickup, and 1st and goal to go for Westfield down at the 6-yard line. What a call, what a call. Corey Kitchens, number 26, goes out wide to the right. Wingman here is Don Walker, number 46. Snap. Fake, handoff, fullback's got it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown. And who's the carrier? Number 35, Kyle Harold, a sophomore. And that delights the folks on the far side from Westfield. 3:21 left to go in the game. That was 24 seconds in between scores. Oh, gracious. End of the third quarter score we have Valdosta 42, Warner Robins 7. Pass into the end zone is no good, so the point after touchdown is no good. 47-13 is where it stands. 3:21 left, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
That was Evan listening to it on the radio. She said the third quarter was just over, and whoever the Wildcats are had 42, and Warner Robins had 7.
Okay. Well, that one was going that way.
Wow.
Coming back to me in 3, 2. And as we return to you, that score came from a very reliable source. Freddie's dear wife, Evelyn, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yes.
Yes. 42-7 Valdosta. The Wildcats may get a chance to play for the state title after taking it on the chin a couple of times. Well, we will be back here next week. Be the good Lord willing, and the creek stays where it's at. And the Mount DeSales Cavaliers will be facing either John Milledge. A low line drive kick, however, covered very neatly and nicely by Xavier Randall at about the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Mount DeSales there. Tattle and John Milledge, the other semifinal game tonight. And we have no report on that one. We got the other 2 GHSA game scores, but nothing to report on that one yet. Nick Richardson will be back in at quarterback. Jesse Fortson lines up at 1 tackle. Ryan Wade, I believe, is next to him. He is. The center is Gabe Azar. Snap, handoff, and it is a keeper. And going around the end is Richardson. Gets not too far, as a matter of fact. Got to that far sideline, and not all those white shirts found him over there. Patrick Harris and Will Holt. Loss of 3, and it's going to be 2nd down and 13. However, the clock moves along, and we have less than 3 minutes left to play now. Let's see who else is out there on offense. Ryan Leonard, number 61, is at a guard position, and Lee Barano is on the far side. 2nd and 13, the snap, a handoff. Crumley coming out, cuts inside, cuts outside, gets to the 40, across to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 7-8 yards on the play by Jeff Crumley. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and right out to 5. 3rd and 5 for the Cavaliers at their own 41-yard line. Into the ball game, Matthew Gain, number 33. 9th grader. John Paul Shelby, number 80, is in there at tight end. Plays off a little bit off the line. Here's the snap. Handoff, and Xavier Randall gets wrapped up right off the bat. Ben Brannon, 185-pound freshman, knocked him backwards. A loss of a yard on the play, so it will be 4th down.
That phone number is that, if you need it.
Edward Kendrick will be back to do the punting. And back deep, I do not see Trey Wilder. Back deep is Will Holt. Whoa, Kendrick has problems carrying it. Now he's going to run with it. Now he's going to try to get away from everybody. Now he wants to throw a pass. He's taking a lot of time off the clock, but he finally gets gang tackled at the 17.
But it takes 4 of them to bring him down.
I noticed that. And he helped all of them back up, too. Finally, John Curtis Gibbs, number 82, and a number 34. Oh, check it, that was number 84. Daniel Weir helped bring him down. So with a minute exactly left to go in the game, Westfield's back in business at the 18-yard line. The snap, a fake. Quarterback rolls out, throws one in the end zone, incomplete.
Had a man out there, but couldn't connect on him.
Bo Hart trying to hit Donald Walker. Hey, wait a minute. What's the mayor of Warner Robins doing out there playing?
Yeah.
Oh. Matuvu. And I believe that was Nick Richardson who was back there on the coverage also. Incomplete. Second down and 10. See if there's any new faces on the Mount DeSales side of the ball. Ryan Wade is still out there. Jesse Fortson anchoring the middle. Snap, fake. Hart wants to roll and pass. He gets caught, and he is knocked down at the 30-yard line. John Michael Pierce and Ryan Wade. A 12-yard loss on the play as Bo Hart got dumped.
And they'll have time for about one more play.
30 seconds left to go in the ball game. Stick with us, and we'll do a quick wrap-up, or as quick as we can, and get you on your way home. How's that? Third down and about 22 as Hart goes back and throws a fader deep into the end zone. That time Dennis Matuvu's got it, and he wants to run it out. Up to the 10, the 15. Hit at the 18-yard line and knocked down as the game ends. Give him another interception, and that one he didn't fumble. Dennis Matuvu on the interception brings it back. The final score, Mount DeSales Cavaliers 47, the Westfield Hornets 13. We'll be back with a preview of next Friday night's game right after these messages. Play 2.
Once again, the state championship game will be here at Henderson Stadium next Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Another score of interest in GISA playoff game. Warner Robins is getting trumped on by Valdosta by a score of 42-7 at the end of the third
Trumped
quarter.
on.
Also, just in case you missed it, Northside defeated number 1 ranked Lowndes County by a score of 13-10.
Well, Valdosta will be sending a nice bouquet to Northside.
You better believe it.
They have no score for the Tassel John Village game, so apparently it's not over yet.
Should be.
On behalf of the Mountain Hills Athletics Literary Association, we'd like to thank everyone for
Well, they do play a different brand of football down there in South Georgia. That's one thing about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Very surprised to see Northside come out on top, though.
Oh, yeah. After the way they looked last Saturday night.
They must have knocked out the Lowndes quarterback in the first quarter or something.
No, they diverted the bus with half of the people on it.
Half the team was
shot.
ruled academically ineligible, right?
But you can't beat that. His third string played 5 minutes in this game.
Well, Evan said that was the right score, but I still can't hardly believe that for Warner Robins. Because Valdosta lost 3 games this year, or two or three games.
Do your kids go to Northside? No?
No, both of my older kids are out of high school, but they both went to Warner Robins.
Oh, okay.
Come on back
I went to Northside.
in 3, 2. And as we come back to you, we have statistics for you. And some surprising. For Westfield, Trevor Jones, 6 carries and minus 23 yards. Horton had 12 for 48. Wilder, 11 for 66. Shell had 8 for 10 yards and a touchdown. Let's see. Mr. Harold had 1 for a touchdown, 1 for 5 yards and a touchdown. Hart had 1 for a minus 12. On the ground, Westfield had 94 yards. They were 4 for 17 through the air for 61 yards. Total of 155 yards, most of which came in the second half. 9 first downs, 1 fumble. They lost it and had 4 passes intercepted. For the Mount DeSales Cavaliers, Michael Walton 5 for 17. Tony Wesley 14 for 123. Franklin Mack had 3 for 59. Carl Parazola 5 for 33. Xavier Randall 2 for 1. Turner Oppie had 1 for 1. Jeff Crumley 2 for 11. And Nick Richardson had 1 for a -3. On the ground, 242 yards, 92 through the air, 3 for 6 overall. 334-yard total, 12 first downs, 2 penalties for 7 yards. A great game in that respect, only 2 penalties for the whole game. 3 fumbles for Mount DeSales, lost 2 of them, and had 1 interception. But what a ball game. I don't think anybody would have thought it would have gotten off quite like this. Tony Wesley with a pair of touchdowns on the night. Franklin Mack with 3 touchdowns on the night. Also scoring, Edward Kendrick on a 45-yard fumble return. Carl Parazola on a 13-yard run. 47 points for the Mount DeSales Cavaliers, 13 for the Westfield Hornets. And for the second year in a row, the Mount DeSales Cavaliers will go into the championship game. That will be next Friday night. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. 21-14 Tatnall late in the fourth quarter. Well, I was just going to say, against an opponent to be determined, and it may be determined within the next couple of minutes. So stay tuned for further developments. Oh, that third quarter trivia score. I knew it got away from us. The question, rather, the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears were the answer. Well, that's it. Until next Friday night, Dan Jaskula for Fred Hester, my lovely wife Margaret, for David and Nathan and Tom, we thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it half as much as we have. And don't forget, next Friday night, it's championship football right here on UPN 64. Till then, good night and God bless. This has been a UPN 64 Sports presentation.